Complaining 101.
From a very early age, we're taught that if we want something, the best way to get it is to make some noise.
What is it? What do you want? Are you hungry? Are you thirsty? Do babies even get thirsty?
But as we get older, we realise it's not enough just to make a fuss. We've got to be able to articulate what we want in a constructive way.
Madam, I need to be changed. I have besmirched my small clothes.
Okay. And the same applies when you're complaining to a business. A 2016 consumer survey found that less than half of complaining customers were satisfied with the response they got from the company. But you can increase your odds by following a few simple steps.
Stay calm.
Dealing with a company can be stressful. We get it. Truly, we do get it. But there's only to throw a tantrum. That's no way to behave, unless, of course, you're a toddler or the President of the United States. And getting angry likely won't even help you. According to a study in the British Journal of Social Psychology, the person on the other end of the phone cares far more about the details of your complaint than about how you feel about it, which means you need to stay calm. Okay, I'm ready. Give me the phone. Hello. I wish to complain about my plumbing and my electricity.
Prepare.
The key to a successful complaint is preparation. So make sure you have all the relevant info about your product on hand before you make a complaint.
If you're gonna grind your axe,
First make sure you've got the facts.
have you got key dates? Have you got notes from conversations, emails, reference numbers? Have you searched online for consumers with problems similar to yours? Maggot!
Oh, maggot's a bit harsh. Oh, I mean, sir, yes, sir! It's also important to know your rights, but according to that consumer survey from before,
Keep up, maggot!
only 4% of us will research our rights before contacting a company to make a complaint. But it's important to be ready for any questions that might come up.
Why do you think you're entitled to a refund or replacement under the consumer law?
Sir, because the problem with the product was a major failure, sir. Meaning I wouldn't have bought the product if I knew there was a problem at the time of purchase, sir.
But what if it's not a product? What if it's a service?
Well, the same rules apply, sir. If it's a minor failure, they have to fix it. And if it's a major failure, you have the option of a refund or replacement, sir.
That is exactly right. You can find your consumer rights at the ACCC's website, or take a look at these handy videos on our YouTube channel. This one's about goods, this one's about services.
Why do you only shout at me?
Because I don't like you! I don't know how to talk to women!
Most importantly, have a clear idea of what you want to get out of the interaction and what you're actually entitled to. Is it a refund, a replacement, or would you just be happy with an apology?
Well, here at the checkout, we reckon that while an apology can be very satisfying, if you're entitled to a refund, you should get it. And in cash money too, not some dodgy expiring voucher or store credit. If it's a major failure, you're entitled to compensation for all reasonably foreseeable loss.
Yeah, like if you got a dodgy washing machine and it leaked all over your carpets and you had to get them cleaned.
Also remember that while preparation is important, it's also important to get your complaint in quickly. Don't you have an obstacle course to complete?
Oh, I hate this metaphor so much.
Be persistent and keep records.
Now, there's a good chance that your complaint isn't going to get resolved on the first try. In fact, in 2016, people had to contact the business they were complaining to an average of 3 times before they got a resolution. Still, this can actually work in your favour, given that different operators will operate in different ways, and sometimes just talking to a different person can make all the difference. Regardless though, it pays to keep detailed records of every conversation that you have. Oh, records. Now I get record, it's a visual pun because that's, seems like a lot of effort to set up and... Now, if you're complaining over email, you already have a ready-built paper trail. But if you're using the phone, contact the company and ask them for recordings of all of your customer service interactions. Now, companies aren't always willing to hand these over, but they can come in handy. Not just for future discussions, but also as a way of livening up your dinner party.
But unfortunately, I am aware of my statutory rights, both under the Telecommunications Act and under the Australian Consumer Law, so I think you'll find that I...
Finally, in addition to making sure that all your records are accurate, make sure that theirs contain everything that could be useful to you. In fact, don't be afraid to ask them to include specific details in your file. That way, if you do have to call multiple times, they'll have everything you need on file. And also remember, it's up to you how you contact them. Oh.
Don't just call.
Often, it's quicker to use email, online chat or social media. In many cases, going on Twitter or Facebook is the faster way to get your complaint heard. And if you're having it out with them in public, then other people might chip in with their grievances. And this could help your case.
Ben, you knew I was saving this cake. I told you.
Honey, I swear you never told me that.
Yeah, she did.
I recall this distinctly.
Ben also stole a pie off my windowsill.
And anything they say to you on social media counts as a representation from that company. So take screenshots.
Know your umpires.
If you can't get your issue resolved with the company, it might be time to bring in an outside umpire. Thankfully, there are a few to choose from.
The Ombudsman.
Like ABBA, the role of the Ombudsman was invented in Sweden around 200 years ago, and they act as a sort of referee in disputes. Now, they're industry and sometimes state-specific, but best of all, they are free. So, if there's one that's relevant to your complaint, get in touch. But if you don't get the result you want from the Ombudsman, you can always appeal to another umpire, like
Fair trading bodies.
your state or territory will have some form of fair trading body, and they can often intercede on your behalf with the company that you're sparring with to try and negotiate a compromise. These guys, they're also free. But even if they can't help you, you've still got the option of a third umpire.
The Civil and Administrative Claims Tribunal.
Most states have a Civil and Administrative Claims Tribunal, or something very much like it. Now, these guys aren't free, but they can make a final and enforceable ruling. Look at that! The ACT one's called a CAT.
But I have records and documents proving that I paid the bill on time, which I'm happy to provide. This is going badly.
Cats. No, wait!
So stay calm, be prepared, be persistent and keep records. And don't just call, use email and social media to make your complaints.
And know your umpires. That way, you've got a much better chance of getting what you want.
Excuse me, people. I require sleep.
Okay, we're going. Just don't complain to the ABC.